Hey everyone, I'm Maddie and I am doing the military spouse tag because I am a military spouse. So let's just get started. Oh, it's my dog, Alpha. He's annoying and we love him, but you know, he just doesn't leave me alone. But okay, anyway, first question. How did you and your spouse meet? We actually met up in Chicago. My stepdad used to work up downtown Chicago, and so he would be up there throughout the week, so we had a condo up there, and anytime I was on vacation, I'd want to go up to Chicago. So I was up there with my mom, my brother, and his girlfriend, and we were out at the bars one night, and my husband, whose name is James, he was out at the bar because he was actually up in Chicago for training, and you know, the bar was completely dead that night. It was like a Wednesday night. Nobody was there. And the people who were there they weren't having very much fun. And, you know, my family, we were laughing and having a good old time. So he walked up and he's like, hey, you guys look like you're the only ones in here having fun. You mind if I join you? And we're like, no, that's fine. And so we just started talking and we ended up hanging out the whole week in Chicago. We went to Navy Pier and rode the Ferris wheel and all that good stuff, so that's how we met. Alright, how old were you when you two met? I was actually 18, and he was 21. How long have you been together? We've been together now about 3.5 years. About that long, yeah, I'd say. Where are you and your spouse originally from? I'm from Columbus, Ohio, and he's actually from Polson, Montana, so it's kind of strange. How did you feel about him joining the military? He was actually in the military before I met him, so, you know, I was cool with it because, you know, once he told me he was in the military, I thought it was great because I've always had a lot of respect for everybody who's in the military, and I thought it was really cool what he was doing, so I was really proud of him. Thought it was really awesome. Where did your spouse go to basic training? I want to say it was Fort Sill, Oklahoma, but I was not with him during that time, but I'm pretty sure that's where it was. Has your spouse ever been deployed? Yes, he has. He's been deployed quite a few times now, and we've been through couple deployments together, so no fun, but yeah, we did. Have you ever been to his promotion ceremony? Yes, I actually got to go to one not that long ago, and it was pretty cool. It was a cool experience, so that was pretty fun, and if you haven't been to one, I would suggest going, because it's, you know, it's a proud moment in your life, so go to that. How long have you been a military wife? 10 months now? We got married back in August, so about that, I'm not going to count right now, but I'd say about 9 or 10 months. Did you marry him before or after he joined? After he joined. How did your husband propose? That's actually a funny story. You probably wouldn't be happy if I told you the real one, but I'm going to. So basically what happened was he had bought the ring for me, and he was about to deploy, and he asked my mom if he could propose, and she was like, how about you wait till you get home, because, you know, I was young and she was a little worried. So he did, but that deployment was actually really short for him, so he wasn't gone very long at all because he had to come back for some training. And Alpha, stop. And so the day he got home, I was down there to see him, and he decided that he wanted to propose that day and he wasn't going to wait any longer. So we were just hanging out in his room because he had roommates at the time. So, you know, we were just hanging out in his room and looking through all the pictures on my camera that I had taken while he was gone. So I wanted to show him, you know, what all he missed. And all of a sudden he goes into his closet and he comes back out. Alpha, stop. And he comes back out and he just kind of sits there and opens the box, and he didn't say anything. He just was, you know, sitting there. So finally I'm like, are you showing it to me, or are you giving it to me? He goes, well, I'm giving it to you. I'm like, then do you have a question for me? He's like, oh, will you marry me? I'm like, yeah, yes I will. So, that was all good. And then I was like, you need to do it again. You need to get down on one knee and stuff like that. He's like, are you kidding me? You're going to make me do it again. I'm like, yeah, that'd be nice. So we actually ended up going out to dinner that night at a really nice steak place, and then he re-proposed, and I said yes again. Alright, where did you get married? We actually got married on Tybee Island on the beach, and Tybee Island is off of Savannah. So it was up there as a little beach wedding. It was perfect. Probably had about 50 people. It was awesome. I highly suggest. There's a place called Tybee Island Weddings. You can visit them online if you're thinking of getting married there. They did such a great job. I planned the whole wedding from Ohio. We were only there 2 days before the wedding, and they had everything taken care of. It was great. It didn't cost that much. They had a military discount too, so it was awesome. I'd highly suggest it. Alright, so let's see. How old were you when you got married? How old were we both when we got married? I was 21 and he was 23? He was 23. So I did the math right. Did he wear his uniform on his wedding day? No, he just wore a tux. He didn't really want to wear his uniform, and probably would have been really hot too. It was an August wedding and on the beach, and so he was wearing a tux. Where are you and your spouse currently stationed? We are currently stationed in Fort Benning, Georgia, which is pretty cool. Do you live on base? No, we do not. We live off base. Post, actually, but yes. How long were you married when you had to go through your first separation? He actually deployed a couple months after we got married, and before that he was pretty much doing training the entire time. So really after we got married I didn't see him very much, but that's the Army life. It's alright. Happens. What is your favorite base so far? Well, this is actually the only one that we've been to, or that I've been to, so I guess I'd have to say here because I've never been to any other one, but I like it, so can't complain. Do you think your spouse looks good in his uniform? Yeah, yes he does. I like it a lot, but he doesn't like to wear it that much. He usually changes and comes home before he leaves work, which I hate because I'm like, just wear it home, it's fine. Okay, anyway, do you think military life is more advanced than civilian life? No, I don't know. I don't think so. Do you like the benefits you receive as a military dependent? Yeah, it's nice that you have health care and all that kind of good stuff. It has its ups and downs, but it's nice that you do get all of the benefits. Do you have a lot of military wife friends? I have some. I wouldn't say a lot. I think I have a pretty good combination of both military and civilian friends, So, the thing about when I came in, a lot of the wives had already kind of made their own cliques and everything, and I'm friends with them, but, not like best friends, we do everything together, but, there's some that are super great, a lot of fun. So, yeah. What is the hardest part of the military life? Definitely, being away from your spouse is terrible. It happens a lot with their job, and you just have to be able to be very independent, which, can definitely be tough. That's tough. Another thing that a lot of people don't really think about, but that I have found to be difficult, and maybe it's just because I'm the kind of person who likes to plan things and it has to go a certain way, and I like to have a plan and I like it to work out that way. It's really hard to plan anything with the military because you have to plan everything by their schedule, and their schedule can constantly change. Our wedding, for example, I had to change the date 3 different times. I didn't know what day we were getting married until about 3 months before it. So that really doesn't give you a whole lot of time to plan much, and you just have to really roll with the punches, honestly. We actually had to take our honeymoon vacation before the wedding because the dates changed, and it was a mess. So that's kind of hard. And also another thing that I found to be pretty difficult is, you know, when you're going through something hard, if your husband's gone or anything like that, sometimes family doesn't understand exactly what you're going through and why it's so difficult, because I feel like it's one of those things that unless you've gone through it yourself, you just don't understand. So that's why, you know, it is nice to have other military wives, because they understand, you know, what you're going through, and they can help you and talk you through it, because sometimes your family and friends just don't really understand. So that can be hard. Do you own military wife stuff? No, not really. I mean, I'll wear my husband's, you know, work shirts and stuff with his, you know, little thing on it, but no, I don't have any wife stuff. If you know me, you know I'm a wife. I don't care if I advertise it or not. Yeah. Do you support your spouse as a member of the military? Of course I do. I think it's great what he's doing, and what I love is that he loves what he's doing. He's so happy in his job, you know, and I know he'll come home tired and frustrated, and at times I'm sure he thinks he hates it, but at the end of the day he really does like what he's doing, and I think he's doing such a great thing for our country, and I have so much respect for him, and he really is my hero, so I fully support what he does. Alright, so those are the questions. I'd love to hear feedback, and you know, this is my first video I'm doing, so if you guys, you know, I'm sure a lot of the people watching this are military wives, or maybe husbands, or even girlfriends or fiancés or whatever, and like I said, I've only been married now to him for about 9-10 months or so, but I have been around this lifestyle and we've been living together for a while, so I do understand how it works now. So if you guys have questions, you want help with anything, advice, whatever, let me know. I'll do another video. We'll talk about things, whatever you guys want. Alright, well, thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later. Bye.